Alright, so I wanted to make kind of like an update video, like a channel update video. And there was a few things that I had comments, I have concerns, I have questions for you guys. I genuinely have, I guess, just ideas and thoughts that I kind of want to share. And I haven't really made a video like this, and I don't know if you'd really consider a video like this like a vlog or not, because I'm not real familiar with the details as what makes one or not, but I just kind of wanted to bullshit some ideas and maybe get some solutions to some of the things I've been thinking about, because I have a tendency of overthinking things into the ground to the point that the ideas start to stress me out, and I think them into the ground so hard that at the end of the day I just sit there wanting to beat my head on a wall, you know, metaphorically, mind you, although the thought's still there. And I don't know, this is going to be a different kind of video, so if you guys are only interested in, you know, gaming content, this is going to be more about possible updates for the channel, things that I would love help from you guys to decide, and just, I guess, just me talking about things that I've been thinking about. For those of you that don't know, I have a Twitter page. Now, I've never been a huge fan of Twitter, but I was like, you know, it could be a good place to share, advertise, and just try it out, you know? I made a Twitter account about a year ago, and I decided that I wanted to try to use it to try to communicate, because from what I've seen, that YouTube is not the best place to do that. Sometimes people send me messages or comment on videos, and sometimes Google doesn't even notify me that there was one, which I know there aren't tons of comments being commented, and you know, that's fine, but it's kind of left me with, I make content and I'm unsure if people are enjoying it or not, unless, you know, they come up and literally are like, hey, you know, I liked this, which I've had some people, you know, message me on like League or different scenarios, and it's great hearing when people like things, because it gives me kind of some feedback to what you guys like watching. Now, I'm an adamant gamer, so, you know, regardless if people are watching the content or not, I'm still going to make gaming content because I do enjoy it, but, you know, it does take a lot of time and effort to edit the videos. I mean, quite a bit of time. I spend an upward of 8+ hours nearly every day working on videos, and you know, I noticed that some videos perform better than others, and again, that's okay. It's not all about views and numbers and this and that. Like, people tend to get kind of, I guess, too into that kind of thing, but at the same time, you know, spending the amount of time that I do, if there's a particular type of content that people are more likely to want to watch, doesn't necessarily mean that I have to record, edit, etc. Spend all this time on recording and editing something where I could just play the game and not worry about it. You know what I mean? So, you know, if people like watching it, great. You know, I love sharing that video with other people and seeing their feedback, because like I mentioned, I think in one of my recent videos, I don't know if it's out yet or not, but I like, kind of like, how can I say, it's kind of like when you have something that you're interested in, whether it be a good movie or a game or anything in life, and you like sharing it with others. Well, my group of friends are very different than me, and we don't tend to share the same interests in terms of gaming. At least, not as much as I would like. And so, you know, posting stuff to YouTube, it's really nice when, you know, you hear back from other people that are enjoying the same game as you, and they give you feedback as to what they think is going to happen next, or, you know, just in general, what they think of the overall game. You know, it's like when you go and see a good movie, and then, you know, your friend saw the movie, and both of you get to talk about it. Well, the experience I have is that it's like seeing a good movie that nobody's seen, and you just kind of sit there and you're like, I want so bad to talk about this with somebody, but nobody knows about it, you know? And I've had that experience with a lot of things that I enjoy. It's just, I don't know if I'm just a very different person, or the friends that I keep, or just their interests are so different. And so something about YouTube and being able to share your experiences with others is really nice. So, you know, having videos and posting them, how should I say the way I'm trying to explain this? Because I don't know if this is coming out exactly the way I want to explain it, but the point being is that I generally want to make content that I can share with others that are not only interested, but, you know, might share a similar interest, I guess, is more or less what I'm saying. And so, you know, when I go to upload something, if, you know, the views are, you know, only a few and nobody comments, nobody likes, etc., I don't know if anybody is actually watching the video. I don't know if, you know, people are just clicking on it, looking at it first few seconds, and then clicking away. And so to spend, you know, like I was saying, you know, upwards of 7 or 8 hours on a single video and nobody watches it, it's like, well, I could be doing something else that people would like to watch, you know? It's not a matter of whether I would play the game or not, because like I've said before in some of my videos, I would play it either way. But when somebody tells me, I enjoy this, even if it's only one person, it's like, cool, you know, I'll make more of that, you know? Whereas if somebody's like, no, I genuinely, you know, don't watch this, or I'm not interested in this, I'm like, okay, it gives me an idea, you know, and I've had to guess a lot about what people like and what people don't like. You know, sometimes it's simple to figure out whether people like something because they comment, they like, they tell me, and that's great. But then there's other times where I just have to blatantly guess. It's like shooting in the dark, trying to figure out whether or not I'm hitting that intended area. And so, you know, I need your guys' help to try to give me some feedback with that. Now, if you're you know, anything like me, and you're not the type that goes around socializing because you're an introvert or just social anxiety or whatever you want to call it, which is kind of my cup of tea there, I understand. I'm not saying that you have to comment all the time or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm going to start posting polls, and I already actually have been at the end of videos. I can even post them at the beginning, but I tend to post them at the end. And you'll see like a little banner at the top right pop up with either asking a question or like click on me kind of deal. And I'll often have a poll to where you guys can sit and actually vote on whatever various question I ask. Like, oh, you know, what kind of game would you like to see next, you know? And I may put stuff like RPG or visual novel or shooter or whatever, you know? You know, if I do say like a troll to win, if, you know, you guys want to suggest a combo, you want to see something really strange, like, oh, I want to see, you know, Janna ADC with, I don't know, an Aatrox support or something, you know, I'm avidly open to trying new things. The only bad thing is that my trolling partner, who goes by the name of Daniel, is kind of out of the picture lately. He's very busy with different things in life, and, you know, I understand, you know, shit happens. But the pool of my friends that used to play League has been growing smaller and smaller. It's not to say that they're not necessarily around anymore, but it's more of a, they just don't play League because a lot of them don't enjoy it anymore. And although I do enjoy playing League, it's kind of sucked the life out of wanting to record and make videos of League purely because when you sit there by yourself playing a video game, you're much less likely to talk. And with me, the only other type of content that I can really come up with when it comes to like League would be, you know, maybe if I do commentary on it, or maybe, you know, do a how to play this champion type of video. But again, you know, I'm not real sure whether or not people are going to enjoy that. It's like the Mastery 7 series that I was doing at one point, where I was going to try to get Mastery 7 with every champion in the game. You know, I did the math, and the amount of time that it would take somebody to do that, you're looking at, you know, multiple years, even if you're doing like a champion, at least 1 to 2 champions every week. And that doesn't include the editing and recording and everything that you have to do to make said video, which workload is not really the issue for me, but I do have to kind of pick and choose where I want to put my time because I can't do everything. Now, I know a good portion of you guys like watching the League content, and I don't hate making the League content, but I've found it extremely difficult, if not frustrating, to try to make it lately, because most of the people that I would have a good time with and just joke around and have fun, and it would come out pretty funny because me and my group of friends, it's easier to make a decent video. The recording part of the video is normally, in my opinion, the easier part, because all you gotta do is play, have fun, and record. But I found myself getting to the point where playing by yourself a lot, and although I do play with other people, I have people invite me all the time, there's people that I prefer to be in a call with, whereas I'm not, the social butterfly, which a lot of people don't know. And so I don't like just jumping into a random group of people and being like, hey, let's talk to these people you don't know, because it's just not comfortable for me. And so making League content, I know that some of you will probably notice that the League videos have been getting fewer and farther in between, and it's mostly due to the fact that the amount of frustration that's been causing me just hasn't been worth it. It's like I said, though, it doesn't stem from me not wanting to play League. It doesn't stem from me not wanting to make League videos. It hasn't been worth the amount of stress that it takes to try to get one out. And so it's been kind of a hit or miss when it happens. I may try new things with League, but I kind of need some help from you guys, like what kind of videos that I could do that maybe, would be entertaining to you. Do you like when I rant about a certain topic? Like, thing with ranting videos and talking about something that interests you, I have no problem ranting. Like, if anybody that knows me, once you get me started about something that irritates me or I'm passionate about, I can talk forever. I can literally talk your ear off. But I don't really know if that's entertainment to some people, I don't want to be that person that just rambles and rambles and rambles and people are like, oh my god, Tyler, shut up and just play, Because I know that standpoints on things, a lot of people want to be like, oh, I'm right and this is how things are, I'm more of an open-minded person, or at least I like to think so, that even though if I have an opinion on something, I don't try to force that opinion down people's throats as if that's the only possibility. I mean, I will, if anybody asks, hey, Tyler, what's your opinion? I will gladly give it. But I don't know if making those types of videos where I maybe rant about a champion I don't like, or, the current state of League, or whatever, I don't know if that's going to be something you guys would enjoy. And being as though I have very little feedback, that's where I come to you guys and I'm like, I need help. I need help knowing what you enjoy, what you want to see, and why. And so, don't feel like you're gonna piss me off or make me upset by telling me these things. As long as you're respectful and you're nice about it, I don't really mind. I mean, even when people are an asshole, if they give me constructive feedback, like, Tyler, you suck at farming, I'll at least take it with a grain of salt and be like, yeah, you're probably right. I do, it's one of my weak points. Fine, I get that. But, when I have either A, static, no talking whatsoever, or just, say, a random person coming by and be like, you fucking suck, that doesn't really give me a, well, why do I suck? Like, not necessarily that I'm looking for pointers on how to play League better, but, like, what is it about my videos that I can improve on and why? Like, recently I've been kind of not happy with my audio quality and I want to improve it even more. Now, when I first started out, if any of you watched some of my older videos, like the original Life is Strange, which was my first Let's Play, which I just recently finished, I hated it. Now, I don't mean that I hated the game. The game was awesome. I loved the game. But the audio quality was horrible. Like, horrid to the point that half the time you couldn't even hear me talking because the game was too loud or there was some kind of background noise. And me, like a dumbass, at some points there was like a TV on in the next room or in my room, and it fed over into the video, and I didn't even realize that my mic was picking it up. So through different software and different things, I found a way of, fixing some of these problems. But I still notice that I have a lot of sound issues, particularly in the summer. I have an AC unit. I live in a small room, and during the summer, the white noise, if you will, from my AC unit is very unappealing, unappetizing to listen to in the footage. Now, I mean, some of you may not notice in the League video because sometimes the music covers it up, or in a Let's Play because maybe the background music or whatever sounds, ambient sounds in the game will cover it up, but I do want to say that I am updating my sound quality very soon.
From the secret shadows of dawn, there's a darkness to disguise. The simple thought I recognize. Can't you see their beauty?